Success isn't built in one day. It's built every day. Most people wait for motivation, but winners don't wait. They act. The problem? You've been trained to doubt yourself, to hesitate, to hold back. But doubt is just a habit, and belief? That's a decision you make daily. If you want to shift your life, you must shift your habits, starting now. These are the 10 things you must work on every single day if you're serious about becoming who you were meant to be. 1. Kill doubt before it speaks. Every single day, the biggest battle you face happens inside your mind. It's the moment when your thoughts whisper, maybe you can't do this, or what if you mess up again? That voice of doubt, hesitation, and fear, it's not really yours. It's been planted there over time by the people around you, by society, and by past failures that made you question yourself. Think about it. When you were a child, you probably believed you could do anything. Then, life happened. Maybe a teacher told you you weren't smart enough. Maybe friends laughed at your dreams. Maybe your own experiences showed you the harsh side of reality. Slowly, those voices piled up inside your head until they became a habit, a pattern you repeat without even noticing. Napoleon Hill, one of the greatest thinkers on success, said, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." But here's the catch. Most people never truly believe in themselves because doubt has taken over their minds. They don't hesitate because of facts or real problems. They hesitate because of fear and conditioned uncertainty. Doubt is like a poison that kills your motivation before you even start. The key is not to wait until you feel confident or ready. Confidence is a choice, a decision you make every single day. It's built through daily actions, by feeding your mind with positive beliefs, and by refusing to accept doubt as truth. Henry Ford is a perfect example. When his team told him building a powerful V8 engine was impossible, Ford didn't back down. He didn't argue or try to prove them wrong with words. Instead, he said, "Build it anyway." He ignored the doubt, took action, and created what many thought was a dream. You can't wait for doubt to disappear. You have to act despite it. When you do, your mind starts to rewrite its own script. The habit of doubt breaks, and the habit of belief takes over. As Theodore Roosevelt said, "Believe you can, and you're halfway there." Every morning, make it your mission to silence that voice of doubt. Declare to yourself, "I don't ask for permission. I was meant to win." Repeat it until you believe it. It's not just words. It's a command to your brain that rewires your habits and your identity. Because here's the reality. Your mind shapes your world. If you allow doubt to run the show, your life will reflect that uncertainty. But if you train your mind to choose belief every day, your actions will follow. You'll start making decisions from a place of strength, not fear. You'll begin to move forward with unstoppable confidence. Remember, doubt is a learned habit, and if it can be learned, it can be unlearned. Your future depends on what you feed your mind today. So kill doubt before it even speaks, and build the habit of belief that will carry you to success. 2. Decide to believe before you feel ready. Most people wait until they feel confident before they start something new. But the truth is, waiting for that perfect feeling means you might never begin. Confidence doesn't come first. It comes after you decide to believe in yourself and take action. This is a powerful idea that many don't understand. Belief is like flipping a switch inside your mind. You choose to believe, even if you don't feel it yet. This choice is a decision, not a feeling. Napoleon Hill taught us that doubt is a habit, something learned over time, but belief is something you can build every day with practice. The key is that you don't wait to feel ready or confident before you act. Instead, you start acting because you've made the decision to believe you can. Think about Henry Ford. When he started building cars, he faced many failures. People told him it was impossible. But Ford didn't stop. He believed in his vision, even when no one else did. He understood that success starts in your mind. He said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. This means your mindset shapes your reality. If you believe you will fail, that's what will happen. But if you choose to believe you will succeed, your actions will follow that belief. Belief isn't something that just happens to you. It's something you create with your daily choices. Every morning you can tell yourself, I am capable, I will keep going. This daily mental training builds confidence over time. It turns belief from an idea into a habit. And habits create results. Waiting for confidence is a trap. It keeps many people stuck because fear and doubt feel stronger than belief. But real winners act in spite of fear. They decide to believe first and let confidence grow through their actions. This is why belief is the foundation of success. Another great example is Thomas Edison. He failed thousands of times inventing the light bulb, but he never gave up because he believed he would find the solution. He once said, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. His belief drove him to keep trying until he won. So here's the lesson. You don't need to wait to feel ready. Decide to believe in yourself now. Choose to act even if you feel fear, doubt, or uncertainty. With every small step you take in belief, confidence will grow stronger inside you. It's a cycle. Belief leads to action. Action builds confidence, and confidence reinforces belief. Make deciding to believe your daily habit. Say it, believe it, and do it. That's the true path to winning. 3, ignore failure and keep moving forward. Nobody likes to fail. Failure feels bad and it makes us want to stop trying. But the truth is, failure is not the enemy of success. It's part of the process. What separates winners from everyone else is how they deal with failure. Society often teaches us to avoid failure at all costs. We're told to play safe, not to take risks, and to avoid mistakes. But this mindset traps many people in a small comfort zone where nothing grows. Great people like Henry Ford and Thomas Edison didn't listen to these rules. They understood that failure is just feedback, a lesson to learn from, not a reason to quit. Henry Ford famously said, failure is only the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently. When Ford started his car company, he failed many times. Factories burned down, cars didn't sell, and investors doubted him. But Ford didn't stop. He used every failure as a chance to improve his work, his process, and his mindset. He repeated his phrase, produce it anyway, meaning even if everything looks wrong, keep working as if you will win. This attitude is what you must build every day. When you face a setback, instead of giving up or doubting yourself, remind yourself that failure is part of your journey. It's a signal that you need to adjust, learn, and try again. Each failure makes your future efforts stronger and smarter. Remember Thomas Edison's story? He tested thousands of materials before finding the right filament for the light bulb. Every failure was a step closer to success. He never saw those attempts as losses. They were part of his success plan. In daily life, this means when things don't go your way, don't let failure stop you. Maybe you didn't get the job you wanted, or you failed a test, or a project didn't work out. Instead of thinking, I'm not good enough, think, what can I learn? How can I improve? Then get back up and keep pushing forward. Building this habit takes time. You must train your mind to see failure as a teacher, not a threat. When doubt creeps in, repeat this to yourself. Failure is part of winning. I will not quit. The louder you say this, the more it becomes a habit. Over time, your fear of failure will shrink and your confidence will grow. So every day, practice ignoring failure. Focus on progress, not perfection. Keep moving forward no matter what. That's how winners are made. 4, build your belief like a muscle. Belief is the foundation of every success story. It's the invisible force that pushes people forward when everything else tells them to stop. But here's the truth. Belief isn't something you're born with. It's not a magical talent or a rare gift that only a few lucky people have. Belief is a choice, a skill you can develop and strengthen every single day. Think of belief like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. If you ignore it or let negative thoughts dominate, it weakens. Your mind constantly sends you messages, but many of these messages are filled with doubt, fear, and hesitation. This voice of doubt isn't natural. It's learned from past failures, from other people's opinions, and from the fear of stepping out of your comfort zone. Your mind might say things like, "I'm not good enough, I'll never succeed," or "Why even try?" These thoughts are powerful, but they don't define who you really are. They're just bad habits your brain picked up over time, just like you might have learned to tie your shoes or ride a bike. The good news is, if you can learn doubt, you can learn belief too. Great leaders and inventors like Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, and Abraham Lincoln didn't succeed because they were naturally confident all the time. In fact, they faced huge setbacks and thousands of failures. Edison famously said about his inventions, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." He chose to believe that success was possible and kept pushing forward. Henry Ford repeated a simple phrase, "Produce it anyway." This was his way of telling himself and his team that failure was not an option. They believed success was possible, so they acted accordingly. Belief is not passive or accidental. It's something you build intentionally with daily decisions and habits. When you wake up each morning, you have a choice. Will you listen to the voice of doubt, or will you decide to believe in your potential? This choice shapes how your day will go and how you respond to challenges. Building belief requires repeated affirmations and actions that reinforce your confidence. This could mean writing down your goals, speaking positive affirmations out loud, or simply reminding yourself of past successes. These small daily actions signal to your brain that you are committed to winning. The process is similar to working out at the gym. On day one, you might feel weak and unsure, but as you keep training, your muscles grow stronger and you become more confident in your strength. The same goes for your mind. The more you practice belief, the easier it becomes to silence doubt. When negative thoughts creep in, don't ignore them. Catch them early and replace them with a stronger, positive statement. Instead of thinking, "I can't do this," tell yourself, "I choose to believe I can." Instead of, "This is too hard," say, "Every challenge makes me stronger." Over time, these mental habits reshape your brain's wiring. Scientists call this neuroplasticity. Your brain's ability to change through experience. The more you train your belief, the more automatic it becomes. Eventually, belief becomes your default mindset and doubt fades into the background. In practical terms, you can start building your belief today by creating a simple daily ritual. When you wake up, look in the mirror and say, "I believe in my ability to succeed. I am meant to win." Repeat this several times throughout the day, especially when you face obstacles or fear. This habit trains your mind to focus on what's possible, not what's holding you back. It moves you from hesitation to action, because belief leads to confidence, and confidence fuels action. Remember, every winner you admire had to build this muscle. They didn't wait for belief to magically appear. They chose it and worked on it daily. This is your first step to living like you are meant to win. 5. Own your identity. Decide who you are every day. Your identity is not something that just happens to you. It's not a fixed label given at birth or a role that society forces on you. Your identity is a choice, something you decide every single day with your thoughts, words, and actions. Many people drift through life reacting to what others expect of them. They let society, friends, family, or circumstances define who they are. But if you want to win in life, you have to stop letting others write your story. You have to take control and declare who you are on your own terms. Think about great men like Thomas Edison or Henry Ford. They didn't wait for the world to tell them they were inventors or leaders. They chose those identities. Edison decided he was an inventor, even after thousands of failures. Ford decided he was a pioneer in the auto industry despite setbacks. They walked toward those identities every day with confidence and determination. When you own your identity, your actions start to follow naturally. If you see yourself as a winner, you'll behave like one. If you believe you are disciplined, your habits will reflect that belief. Your identity shapes your habits, and your habits shape your results. This is why it's so important to be deliberate about who you decide to be. Ask yourself every morning, who am I today? What kind of person do I want to become? Your answer should be clear and powerful because it sets the tone for your entire day. If you want to build a successful career, you don't say, I hope I become successful someday. Instead, you say, I am a successful person. I handle challenges with confidence. If you want to be healthy, you declare, I am someone who takes care of my body. This is not just positive thinking. It's a daily practice of choosing your identity and acting in alignment with it. Your brain works by patterns. When you make a choice about your identity and repeat actions that match it, your brain creates new neural pathways that make those actions easier and more automatic over time. This is why your daily decisions about who you are matter so much. The danger is when you allow doubt or fear to take over and tell you, I'm not good enough, or I'm not meant for this. These thoughts chip away at your identity and weaken your belief in yourself. But the moment you reject those lies and firmly declare your identity, you reclaim your power. Start today by writing down who you want to be. Use strong present tense statements. For example, I am confident. I am disciplined. I am a leader. Keep this list visible on your mirror, your phone, or your desk, and remind yourself daily. Remember, winners don't just stumble into their success. They become the person who naturally achieves it. They decide who they are and act like it every day, no matter the challenges. 6. Cut off the exit. Burn your backup plan. One of the biggest reasons people never reach their full potential is because they secretly keep a backup plan in their pocket. This backup plan acts like a safety net, an escape hatch that promises comfort if their main goal becomes too difficult. But here's the harsh truth. Having a backup plan can destroy your chances of true success. When you hold on to a backup plan, your mind stays divided. On one hand, you want to succeed, but on the other, you're already preparing for failure. This creates a mental split where doubt slowly seeps in, whispering, what if I can't do this? Maybe I should try plan B. The problem is, doubt is poison for your drive. It saps your energy and focus. Instead of pushing forward with everything you've got, you hold back just enough to keep your backup alive. Look at history's greatest achievers. Abraham Lincoln, Andrew Carnegie, Henry Ford. These men didn't allow themselves a way out. They burned the bridge behind them, figuratively destroying any chance of turning back. This wasn't recklessness. It was a strategic decision to fully commit to their goals. They knew that if failure wasn't an option, they would be forced to find solutions, to innovate, and to work harder than anyone else. Henry Ford, a pioneer of the automotive industry, faced countless failures before finding success. His approach was simple. Obstacles are those frightful things you see when you take your eyes off your goal. When you have a backup plan, your eyes wander to the obstacles, the problems, the fears, the what-ifs. But when you burn your backup, your only option is to fix those problems, overcome those fears, and keep your gaze locked on the prize. This concept isn't just for famous historical figures. It applies to every aspect of life: business, fitness, relationships, or personal growth. If you keep telling yourself, if this doesn't work out, I'll just do something else, you're setting yourself up for failure. Your mind is subconsciously preparing to quit. Total commitment means there is no quitting. It means you are willing to do whatever it takes, face whatever pain, and endure every challenge because you have no fallback. It forces your brain into problem-solving mode rather than escape mode. The psychological power of burning your exit is incredible. It pushes you to break through limits you didn't think you could. When you remove the option to retreat, you unlock a higher level of motivation and creativity. You stop wasting time doubting and start taking relentless action. Remember, this isn't about being careless or ignoring smart planning. It's about choosing your path with full dedication. You plan carefully, then commit so deeply that failure simply isn't part of the equation. Ask yourself, are you secretly holding on to a backup plan right now? Is that backup plan making you less focused, less hungry, less determined? The moment you identify it, make a decision to cut it loose. Burn the bridge. Close that door behind you. This decision is a mental game changer. Once you do this, your mindset will shift dramatically. You will start acting like a winner because deep down, you know the only way forward is through victory. So take this seriously. Commit fully to your goals. No backups, no safety nets, no second chances. Winners don't just hope for success, they demand it by burning their exit plans and moving forward with unstoppable force. 7. Train your inner voice to speak success. Your inner voice is the most powerful influence on your life. It's the constant stream of thoughts running through your mind every second. This voice can either be your greatest ally or your worst enemy. Most people lose because they let doubt and fear whisper louder than confidence and belief. Doubt is learned. It's not natural. It comes from years of negative experiences, criticism, and fear repeated over and over. But here's the truth. If doubt is learned, then confidence and belief can also be learned and trained. Like a muscle, your mind gets stronger when you exercise it with positive, powerful thoughts. Imagine your mind is like a garden. If you constantly water weeds of doubt, hesitation, and fear, those weeds will grow tall and choke out your success. But if you plant seeds of belief, affirmations, and certainty, and nurture them daily, your garden will flourish. Napoleon Hill, the great thinker on success, said it best. The voice of doubt is just a habit, but belief is a decision. This means you don't wait to feel confident. You choose confidence. You decide to trust yourself, no matter how shaky you feel inside. Practice telling yourself powerful affirmations like, "It will be done," "I am capable," or "I am meant to win." Say these to yourself every day, especially when fear tries to creep in. This repeated training rewires your brain to expect success instead of failure. Remember Thomas Edison, who failed thousands of times inventing the light bulb. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." He chose to see failure as feedback, not defeat. His inner voice was relentless. It never gave up or doubted. Your inner voice shapes your reality. If you let it tell you, "I can't do this," then your actions will follow that belief. But if you train it to say, "I will find a way," then your mind will seek solutions, make bold moves, and push through challenges. This habit is about mastering your mental dialogue. It takes awareness and practice because the voice of doubt is sneaky. It tries to sound reasonable or cautious. But behind that voice is fear trying to stop you. Start catching your negative self-talk. When you hear doubt, immediately replace it with a confident thought. Make this your daily mental workout. Over time, your inner voice becomes your strongest motivator, driving you to act like a winner even when the world seems against you. This is how you take control of your mind and ultimately your destiny. 8. Cut off the exit. No backup plans. One of the biggest mistakes people make on their journey to success is keeping a backup plan. They say, "If this doesn't work out, I'll do that instead." But this mindset kills commitment and focus. When you have an escape route, your heart isn't fully in the game. Think about it like this. If you're swimming across a river and see a boat waiting to take you back, you might not swim as hard. But if there's no boat, no turning back. Only the opposite shore, then your entire energy goes into reaching the other side. Great leaders and successful people understand this truth deeply. Abraham Lincoln didn't give up when his early political efforts failed. Henry Ford didn't stop after his first business crashed. Andrew Carnegie didn't quit despite many setbacks. What made them different? They destroyed the option of retreat. They locked themselves into success by eliminating all escape routes. Napoleon Hill taught that real progress only comes when you cut off the exit. Backup plans dilute your focus and determination. When you keep an exit open, your mind stays divided between success and safety. You can't win when you're mentally holding back. This doesn't mean being reckless or ignoring risks. It means fully committing to your goal with no half measures. When you burn the bridges behind you, your only choice is to move forward, to solve problems, to push harder. In daily life, this habit shows up as ruthless commitment. If you want to lose weight, don't keep junk food around just in case. If you want to build a business, don't keep a safe job as a backup you're ready to jump back to. Your actions must match your decision. Committing with no exit forces creativity and resilience. When the pressure is on, winners find ways to succeed no matter what. It's the difference between those who talk about dreams and those who live them. So make the choice today. No backups, no exits, no safety nets. Burn the bridge behind you and watch how your energy, focus, and results skyrocket. 9. Fuel your mind with positive and powerful self-talk. Your inner voice shapes your reality more than any external factor. The way you talk to yourself determines how you feel, what you believe, and what you achieve. Negative self-talk is like a shadow that drags you down, fills you with doubt, and stops you before you even start. Think about it. How many times have you heard that little voice saying, "You're not good enough," or "This is too hard," or "You'll never succeed"? These thoughts aren't facts. They are habits formed from past failures, fears, or even what others told you. The problem is, if you keep listening to those voices, your mind believes them and your actions follow. Napoleon Hill stressed that the battle for success is won inside your mind. Great people don't just hope for good things. They train their minds to expect success. They repeat powerful affirmations and decide firmly, "It will be done." This daily mental conditioning rewires your brain to focus on solutions instead of problems. In daily life, this means catching yourself when doubt creeps in and replacing those thoughts immediately. Instead of, "I can't do this," say, "I will find a way." Instead of, "I'm too weak," say, "I am getting stronger every day." This isn't just wishful thinking. It's programming your subconscious to support your goals. Remember, your mind is like a garden. If you plant weeds of doubt and fear, they will grow wild and choke out your confidence. But if you plant seeds of belief and determination, you'll harvest success and resilience. Make it a habit to talk to yourself like you would talk to a champion. Encourage yourself, believe in yourself, and declare your goals with confidence. Over time, this will become your natural mindset, and nothing will stand in your way. 10. Commit fully and burn the bridges behind you. This is the ultimate habit that separates winners from everyone else. Total commitment. It means deciding you will not turn back, not have a plan B, not entertain the idea of quitting. When you burn the bridges behind you, you remove any escape routes, forcing yourself to move forward no matter what. Many people hold back because they keep backup plans. They say, "If this doesn't work, I'll try something else," or "I can always go back to what I was doing before." This mindset splits your energy and weakens your determination. It leaves a door open for doubt and hesitation. Napoleon Hill taught that the great achievers like Abraham Lincoln, Andrew Carnegie, and Henry Ford didn't allow failure as an option. They committed to their vision so deeply that they kept pushing through obstacles and setbacks until they won. They treated every failure as a lesson, not a reason to quit. In everyday life, this means making a clear, unshakable decision about your goals. Don't flirt with the idea of giving up. Instead, lock in your focus and act like you have no other choice. When you commit fully, you'll find resources, strength, and ideas you never knew you had. This habit also means protecting your time and energy. Avoid distractions and things that pull you away from your path. Make your goals non-negotiable. The moment you choose this level of dedication, the universe starts aligning in your favor. Remember, winners don't just dream, they act with fierce determination. If you want to win, don't leave your success to chance. Burn the bridges behind you and push forward like your life depends on it. We're coming to the end of the video, and now it's your turn. If you're ready to change your life, no matter how hard it feels, drop a comment below saying, "I'm ready to change." I'll personally read every comment and highlight one of the strongest responses right here on the channel. For daily, no-nonsense motivation straight to your feed, make sure you subscribe and stay tuned.